Good morning, guys. It is Monday, June 17th. It is almost 9 a.m. I have tried recording this intro several different times, and each time I kind of lose track of my words and I don't really know what I'm talking about. So right now I'm drinking a pre-workout shake because it's been a hot minute since I've exercised. The stress and anxiety I've been feeling lately has really been like in the forefront of my life lately, especially in the past month. It's been physically and mentally daunting. I say daunting a lot, it's my favorite vocab word, but anyway, I just feel like it's all I think about now, and it's been really tough. And I've even went so far as to tell my family members about it, and it kind of helped me a little bit, at least as far as like the stress part of them not knowing what was wrong with me. That kind of helped because now they do know. But the stress and the trigger is still present, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I don't want to weigh down this channel with my personal problems. But I do want you guys to know that I am not thinking about harming myself, so that's something. I hope nobody was worried about that kind of stuff. I know things like that tend to freak people out, but just know that that's not something that even has occurred in my head. So just so you know. Yeah, so I have to do my workout. So today I work at my job, but then right after I have to go to a meeting for the musical, and I'm a little anxious to see what our schedule is going to be like for that, because I do work, but I also have a work day that I cannot get out of, that might interfere with practice. And then there was also a personal day that I wanted to have as well, and I'm hoping that it won't interfere, but if it does, I mean, it is what it is. So there's that, and I have to work on Shane's commission. I want to get that done tomorrow. I also have to get an OC done for tomorrow. I have 2 vlogs that I really need to... I'm 2 weeks behind. I think I've said that before. I'm 2 weeks behind in vlogs, so I really want to take... I don't know what week I'm going to actually do it. I really want it to be this week to have 2 vlogs out. That way I'm caught up with my vlogs, but anyway, I just really feel like it's one of those weeks where I feel like my plate is too full and I don't know what to do. There's only 2 days this week where I don't work, and it's a little bit stressful. I think I have you guys all caught up. I'm gonna finish this pre-workout because it's quite a bit, and I really need to exercise because I haven't really done that in a while, and I tend to sleep better if I have done a workout. But also at the same time though, if I do a workout and then my trigger comes at night, it almost kind of doesn't matter. So I don't know. Anyway, I will talk to you guys in a little bit, hopefully before I go to work. And yeah, I'll talk to you then. So I am not quite decent. And also, excuse the clay mask and excuse my slight speech impediment as it is slowly drying on my skin. I am currently working on the vlog, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, as I'm doing self-care and working at the same time, as it should be. Right now I'm working on the week of June 2nd, which is the vlog that will come out on Wednesday, hopefully, if everything's good. But I also have the week of June, I believe 9th as well, that I want to work on, but I don't really know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep trucking along here, and I will talk with you guys in a little bit, probably when I have more clothes on. So it's only a little bit after 11, but I'm feeling kind of antsy, and I kind of just want to take a walk, and I kind of want to check the mail. I don't even know if the mail was even delivered yet, but I'm getting to this point where I really want to see if I get my passport back, and it's just one of those things that I want to check off my list, because what I want to do is I want to start filling out as much as possible the visa online, That way I can just hit send when it's that time to. I don't really know how far I can get with it. And there's just all sorts of stuff with the visa thing too, because I have to get like my biometrics taken, which, long story short, it's pretty much just fingerprinting and maybe some other stuff, but I really don't know. It all sounds so scary and intimidating, and I'm frightened. But yeah, first things first, gotta make sure I get my passport back and make sure that it's actually correct and all that stuff. So I'm actually gonna go to the mail. It's actually raining. I don't know, should I take you along? Maybe not with a nice camera, maybe my camera phone, because yeah, this camera is quite expensive, and while my phone is also quite expensive as well, it is beat up and cracked and dying. So whereas this camera is nice and beautiful, and as you could tell, it is absolutely dreary outside because of the rain that we are going to get all week long in preparation for me eventually moving to Ireland. I suppose that this is a good thing. But anyway, I am just gonna take this brief walk. Maybe perhaps I will take you with me. Yes, I am wearing slipper socks. Don't judge me. They're my favorite things in the world to wear. It's actually not raining, but it did rain this morning. And oh, we gotta turn on the Fitbit, because if you don't track your workout on your Fitbit, it's like you never worked out at all. So, my little brother's about to, he's probably an hour and a half away from waking up for the day so he can go to work. This is his last day of work for his work week. And I'm not sure if this is a girlfriend night or not. So I don't know if it's a sleep night or not. It's also my weekend as well, starting tomorrow. I think I mentioned that already. But anyway, it is super wet out here. There's puddles all over our road. Our road is 1/5 of a mile long. So if you walk up and down it 5 times, you've walked a mile, which I sometimes do every now and then when I'm feeling frisky, which I'm not today. I'm just really feeling antsy. I have to get ready for work myself here in about an hour or 2. I work in the afternoon, and then like I said, I have a meeting with the theater company, and I'm just not sure what's all gonna be talked about. The only thing I know that we're doing for sure probably is that we're gonna get our nuns' robes fitted, our habits, and that's about it. Other than that, I don't really know. I know we're getting our scripts tonight too. Oh man, this is gonna be a wild ride. The light is much better on this side. So it is super cloudy. Look at that. Also, corn. So super cloudy, which is okay because, you know, less of a chance of getting sunburnt. Plus I'm only walking down to the mailbox, which is about 5 minutes, like there and back, if I take my time. Oh, but it is nice. Listen to the birds. Birds are chirping. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but our neighbor has donkeys, and they're loud. And also roosters. They have a lot of animals. So when I was a kid, I used to walk back home from the bus stop. Our bus stop was, of course, at the end of our driveway. And I remember certain smells from that time. Specifically like a fungus, like a mushroomy smell, or I'm not really sure what it was. But that smell was always something that I liked growing up. I don't know why I mentioned it. I don't smell it right now, but it's one of those things. Is it super awkward for anybody to like, oh, I think that was the mail person? They had the light on their car, so I'm hoping that our mail was delivered. I guess we're gonna find out. I do like living where I live because it's pretty secluded, it's pretty quiet. I did live briefly in a town with my ex for about a year, and it was okay. Still pretty quiet, but of course you hear cars on the road. I'm actually gonna be quiet because sometimes the neighbors are home, so I'm gonna pause you here until I get the mail. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. No mail for me at all. I'm gonna be super excited when I finally get this stinking passport back. I just really want it back. The Department of the State had no problems cashing my check, but it's gonna take them forever to, actually process stuff. And I probably shouldn't complain because I don't know what the job entails. I don't know how long it takes to do all that stuff, what kind of paperwork they have to do, how busy everybody is, what the workload's like. But man, I just really want to get stuff done. There's all sorts of bugs out today and it's kind of interesting. I really like bugs. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, but I feel like I missed my calling as an entomologist, which for those of you who do not know, entomology is the study of insects. I really loved working with kids and showing them what kind of bugs we had in our playground. And it was one of the few joys that I had working with children, because I wanted to teach them that bugs are not scary, that they have little minds and hearts just like they do. And I just taught them to respect bugs and that they were more than welcome to touch them as long as they were not, venomous or anything. But also they had to be respectful. So that was one of the few things that I really missed about teaching, was just helping kids learn how to respect wildlife and things like that. I don't know why I thought about that, but really am super bummed I don't have mail today. I almost never get mail anymore, and even when I do, it's with my maiden name still on it because I haven't really changed it through the post office or really with any companies other than my one credit card company. My other credit card I actually have to probably go to a physical location to change, which is exciting because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the closest bank for this credit card is in Maryland. So hooray to me. If I ever do get in contact with that credit card company, I'll probably have to make a day of it or something. I don't know. I'm just, everything is just stupid. So I am on my way home. I will talk to you guys when I walk into the door, and I'm probably gonna have lunch because my stomach is growling. Hi guys, I'm speaking really quietly because it is midnight and technically it is Tuesday, June 18th. I came home around 9ish from my meeting for the musical. It's going to be very challenging, I believe, being in this musical, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of self-teaching as far as just about everything, since they are indeed keeping the same show dates. So we did a run-through of the play tonight, and I'm actually pretty happy. I think I had like 5 speaking lines, but I do have quite a bit of singing and just on stage time, so I'm going to have to learn some blocking, and I'm probably gonna have to learn some choreography. We honestly didn't really talk that much about choreography, so I don't really know what all we're gonna be doing. So I came home and I'd been trying to talk to myself really positively the whole day, the whole freaking day. Because as soon as I was done with my workout, I got that feeling in the pit of my stomach. And it was fine for the most part. It was doable. I got to play practice and it was quite nice. And it was just really nice to see, old faces and some new ones. And I'm pretty excited to work with everybody. I came home, had a little bit of dinner, and I went straight to bed pretty directly because I was quite tired. And I also had a little bit of a headache. And of course, I woke up just as my little brother was getting home. And I just wasn't sure what kind of night it was going to be. So I felt like for about an hour or so, I was just awake. I didn't feel that anxious though, because I was talking to myself the whole time that it was going to be okay, that I was fine, that the anxiety that I've been feeling about him having his girlfriend over was stupid, which in reality it really is. but I really had to go to the bathroom, and it was about 15-20 minutes ago when I went, and then I kind of just laid there, and then I realized my little brother wasn't home. So I'm actually okay. Of course, I'm trying to get into that mood, or not mood, but a state of mind where I can be okay when he has his girlfriend over. And that's something that I really want to work towards a positive feeling for, because I can't be like anxious all the time over it. It's ridiculous. So I just couldn't fall back asleep because I was kind of happy. I'm kind of happy. And I felt like, you know, if I can't sleep, I'm at least gonna work. So I'm actually editing right now, and I don't really know how much longer I will be up. I am a little bit hungry. I don't know if I'll eat or have tea or anything because it's quite quiet in the house, and I don't really want to turn on a microwave or like a stove or anything to boil water because people are asleep. My parents are asleep and I don't want to wake them. But anyway, I am gonna continue doing this, and I don't know what time tomorrow I'll be up, but I would like to be up somewhat early tomorrow and get some stuff done since I have off. So anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, or today at some other point. Dancing is the way I pray I can have a perfect day if I start out with the tour jeté. So if you wake up feeling blah, try my proven formula. Oh, sorry. Point your toes and plie once each day. Good evening. It is a little after 7:15 p.m. Still the same day, still Tuesday, June 18th, as it were, and not midnight. It was raining pretty heavily this morning. The weather has been hot and humid, sticky, gross. I went to get the mail today and I walked outside and it just, I just drenched in sweat as soon as I came back to the house. As far as things that I've done today, I really haven't done that much, to be honest. I got the vlog done last night and I rendered it, I believe, and then I had it uploaded, or I had it starting to upload. It finished uploading today, and then I had to work on an OC because I didn't have anybody coming out today. So Nathanda came up. Nathanda was uploaded to YouTube, and she came out about an hour late, but you know, better late than never. And I really haven't done much else today except for working on my lines for the show and also listening to the music, just kind of getting a little acquainted with it, as it were, since we weren't given any sheet music yet. And that's pretty much all I've done. And I'm gonna be honest with you too, I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers, and the one song that is stuck in my head, it's been stuck in my head for days, is Hearts Alone, because there's a part where Gene sings it, and I'll put a little link to what I'm talking about below because it's hilarious. But it's been stuck in my head, and like anytime that the entire house is completely, like I'm by myself, I just belt it out because it's a fun song. Anyway, that's all I've really done. I have to work on Shane's commission because my goal is to get it done tonight to be approved tomorrow at some point, because I'm sure he's gonna go to bed here in a little bit. And I'm really hoping that if it's not approved, we can work it out and try and figure out what we want to do with it so that it's done, because I really want to get that done this week. That way I don't have to worry about it, especially with practices and work and stuff, because woo, this weekend's gonna be crazy with work. I definitely have my plate full with my hours. But as far as next week, I have no idea what's going on because our work schedule hasn't been put up yet. That is where I'm gonna leave it because I really have nothing else to talk to you guys about. And I will talk to you guys at some point tomorrow. I just don't know when, because it is going to be probably another day like this, but slightly busier just with art and stuff since I have to catch up a lot. So anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. It is Wednesday, my friends. No, I tried to do that meme once and it just didn't work out. It is June 19th. Currently, I am trying to figure out which ink I'm going to use for these illustrations that I'm going to be inking in. So I have a character who is going to be on colored pencil, or in colored pencil, and then another character that's going to be done in watercolor. So it doesn't really matter what ink I use for that character, because my main goal here is to find an ink that doesn't bleed or feather when I put it on Bristol paper. And so far, the Pro Art India ink, or at least, well, yes, the Pro Art India ink is the only ink that doesn't seem to want to feather whenever it's put on Bristol paper. The only thing that sucks about it is it doesn't really like to work with markers very well. It definitely likes to smudge all over the place, and that's quite annoying. So I think I'm going to use it for this colored pencil character, and then for this character who's on watercolor paper, I'll just use any old ink that I have because they seem to work pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and start inking, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Blech. I just got done with the fitness blender cardio workout. I am disgustingly sweaty. I've actually done this particular workout before and I didn't feel challenged, but this time I actually tried to push myself by adding weight, because I often find that if I do steady state cardio, or just like not hit basically, I don't feel very challenged. Cardially, I don't know what the term is for when I can't think right now. Anyway, I am disgustingly sweaty, like I said. And like, actually, since I started using the Miro deodorant, since it doesn't have aluminum, which I believe is what causes like an antiperspirant, like that's what the antiperspirant part of it is. Like, I have sweat just dripping down the undersides of my arms, and it's really gross. But I still smell pretty fresh. But yeah, I am going to take a shower because I feel like I just got out of the ocean. I actually might take a bath now that I really think about it. Just kind of soak in some Epsom salts and just relax. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. I'll probably continue to do some OCs since I didn't talk to you. They're actually on the board. There's a couple. I did Celeste, and I'm really upset because I used markers and ink just went all over the place. It's great. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, I'm so tired. It's 3:15 p.m. and I just got Shane's commission done and sent to him. So I'm really excited to see what kind of banner he comes up with for his YouTube channel. I really like the picture that we came up with. I think it's simple, but I really feel like, and I think he really feels like it kind of encompasses his personality, and I just really am glad that I was able to pull that out for him. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So the computer screen doesn't really do it justice, obviously, but this is what we came up with, and I really like it. So if you haven't already, please go check out Shane's channel. He has a Pokemon channel, like I said before, and he does a lot of Pokemon card unboxings, and he got a Pomsky recently, and it is so freaking cute. So go over there if you like puppies and Pokemon. Excuse me for being out of the shot a little bit. So I am working on an OC, and this is kind of an androgynous character of sorts again. Those are actually kind of my favorite ones to do. I'm using the Arteza brush pens again. I wanted to try them with my watercolor pencils just to see what kinds of effects, or just to see if they work well together. So for the skin, at least here, I did use the watercolor or the brush pen because I figured they laid down really quickly and I feel like they spread very quickly. especially once I lay the water on top of it. I feel like I have no problems really getting that pigment to go where I need it to go. So this character's name is Tanner. I didn't assign a gender or anything to them because I feel like they're kind of non-binary, perhaps. We'll just go with the flow here with this character. I'm actually a little bit upset with myself for not having done anything for Pride Month. I'm the worst when it comes to planning stuff ahead of time. I've never done a mermaid. I suck at Inktober. So I just really suck at stuff like that. I wanted to do Huevember last year, but it never really panned out. I just felt like I got, I don't know, a little distracted towards the end of the year. Inktober was really crappy, but I'm at least glad that I got what I did done and I don't ever really have to try it again. Unless I find myself in a situation where I'm actually not super busy or just super overwhelmed with life. It looks like Tanner's gonna need a little bit more pigment, so I am going to use this water pen on top of wet paper here, because that's actually something I haven't done yet with these. I'm just scared too because I did something similar with my husband's water brush pens, and I felt like I ruined them. So here's hoping I don't screw stuff up. So I'm gonna wait for that layer to dry and then I'll move on to another layer. I think if I give it time to just kind of settle and get into the paper, it'll be fine. I actually feel super tired and I'm not really sure why. Probably because I haven't slept well since... if that gives you any sort of detail. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave this here for a little bit. I have some peppermint tea that's calling my name, and I think I'll just sit somewhere. I don't know. What is life? Oh. Hi guys, just really quickly, I had a kind of okay-ish night. It wasn't too great. Let's see, I also started really talking to Shane and it was a lot of fun. So thanks Shane, you really helped me out. And this morning I feel like I'm running a little behind because I did all sorts of stuff with art today. Well, okay, I shouldn't really say all sorts of stuff, but I actually arted today for once. And then I was cooking for the first time in a little bit of a while. And now I actually have to get ready for work because that is something that I forgot to do. And I also have practice tonight. So I'm just like, blah, and this weekend's going to be crazy with work. So I don't know how much time I'll really be able to talk to you guys. This might actually be the last time I talk to you guys for this week, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, that's a very good chance that that's gonna happen. So, I guess I will just leave it here and I will talk to you guys next week. Good evening, everyone. It is 11 p.m. on Friday. I have gotten my days mixed up so hard. I feel like today's Saturday, but I know it's not. It is Friday, June 21st. And today at work was super busy, but let me actually clue you in on what we did at practice last night. So actually, okay, let's go even further back to when I stepped into work yesterday. So I got to work, and the week prior when my boss put out our schedule, I texted her and told her that because she scheduled me to work a little bit later than normal, and I said, hey, I don't think that's a good idea just because I don't have my musical schedule, practice schedule worked out yet. So in her head, she meant that I wasn't going to work at all. So when I got to work at 3 yesterday, she had this puzzled look on her face, like, why are you here? She was glad that I was there because my boss and I have a pretty jovial work relationship. So, I mean, I did I did do a little bit of work, just a little bit of planning for what I had to do today, but it was just one of those things, like, I could have easily not have gone into work yesterday, but, you know, it's money, I will take it. And it was a fairly easy day at work, so that was very nice. Now today, oh wait, yes, I have to discuss the musical practice. So after work, I went to musical practice, and it was just a few of us. Hold on, I have to yawn. So anyway, it was just a few of us, and we worked on the first 20 pages of the show. And we didn't do any of the songs or anything because we don't have the sheet music yet, but we were told to familiarize ourselves with the songs even though we don't know our vocal parts. So I at least knew my song, my one song, my solo song. We really just ran through the speaking roles and blocking, very, very small blocking. And that was all we did. We were there for about 2 hours, something like that. And I actually have to contact somebody because I heard somebody say 7 o'clock next week, but I don't know if that's when we're running through vocals. I'm not sure. So anyway, we didn't do a whole lot in the way of the show, and we did have a person missing. So it's gonna be one of those things. Now we're going to run through, hold on, I have to yawn. I'm very tired, I'm very tired. We're gonna run through the next 20 pages of the show on Wednesday. And Wednesday, Thursday, there are practices. So today when I got to work, okay, we have an event going on this weekend that requires a lot of food. And by food, it's mostly just snacky stuff. But I make a lot of food for the place where I work using our products. And I thought I did super, super awesome. The food that I make, I always amaze myself, to be honest, and I like to pat myself on the back. I made a dip, 2 dips. I made a frozen hot chocolate. I made I made 2 drinks. I'm trying to think, and I have a milkshake recipe too. I got to work, and then I had to immediately go to the grocery store to pick up all the things that I would need to make said food. And then I came back to work and made all said food, and tomorrow is when we start our actual event, and I think it's going to be rather exciting. And my boss has been absolutely amazing with my relationship. When I started my job, I actually didn't want to discuss that part of it because I felt like that was something that I think employers were going to look at and deny me. So when I first interviewed, I didn't discuss where my husband, who was a boyfriend at the time, I didn't discuss where he lived or what my intentions were eventually, you know, to move. And it took maybe a couple months. I think it took several months for me to actually start opening up about him. And then by now, at this time, my boss absolutely loves him, loves us, and it's great. Because honestly, you guys have only seen a little snippet of his personality, but he's amazing, and I'm totally not gonna cry. But I really lucked out when I started talking to him and eventually married him. But I feel like we're so compatible. He's so good to me. Anyway, where was I even going with this? Yes, my boss is just super accommodating with my relationship. And she has tried to kind of finagle my hours. I love the word finagle, by the way. She's tried to finagle my hours so that I'm able to talk to him in the evenings, because over the summer we extend our hours on Fridays and Saturdays by 2 hours. And Tony sleeps, I mean, God love him, he stays up fairly late to talk to me. Sometimes he'll stay up till 2 in the morning just talking, and he's so tired. I feel so bad for him, but the weekends are the best times, obviously, for him to talk with me, because it's the weekend, obviously. And yeah, she's just been super accommodating with stuff like that, and I can't thank her enough, because I feel like my old job, I mean, they were accommodating and stuff, and I never really had to work really super late or anything. But it just kind of felt like they didn't like the fact that I took off 2 to 3 weeks a year to go visit him or to have him visit me. I feel like they thought it was a burden in some ways. Maybe they didn't, but to me, I always felt like I felt like really bad putting in like a slip to go on vacation. And one year, and it was the last year I said I would ever do it, one year I actually worked while he was here. I would work opening, so 6 o'clock, and I would stay till 10 because Tony likes to sleep in. And I would never do that again because that's supposed to be my time with well, he was my then boyfriend, but that was supposed to be my time, you know, because I hardly ever get to, obviously I never really get to see him or, you know, be with him in person. And that just kind of felt like a waste of, you know, time. I tell you what, I just can't wait. I cannot wait. I imagine what it's going to be like all the time. And I'm really hoping that I'm not just hyping it up in my mind, but whenever I am with him, it just feels right. It feels good. It just, and I want to continue, you know, being like that. I keep saying obviously, and I'm trying not to. Please tell me if you notice the little words that I always go and say when I do stuff. I know I say so, I say anyway, I click my tongue, I go like this whenever I start a new sentence. I really try to think about that stuff when I'm vlogging, but it never really happens. Anyway, I've been vlogging here for almost 10 minutes. I think I've discussed everything that I could possibly discuss with you. I am actually currently working on this week's vlog right now. I actually thought I was going to end it last night, or yesterday afternoon rather, and I decided that I would continue it tonight since I feel like there are no distractions in the house right now. I've been trying to take the ashwagandha. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I really did feel like it kind of helped de-escalate, if that's a word. Is that a word? I felt like it helped kind of lower the stress level quite a bit. I mean, not to the point where I was like completely like okay, like I am right now, but it helped quite a bit. And also, I don't know if I did discuss that in full. Maybe I will. So Wednesday was one of those nights, and I took some ashwagandha. I took like 2 scoops of it or something, and I mixed it up, and oh, it's disgusting. It tastes nasty. But I took some, and I felt, oh, I also talked to Shane though too, so I feel like that helped a lot. But it definitely, I was still moody. I didn't even want to go upstairs. I didn't even want to talk to anybody. My mom tried really hard to come down here and be nice and stuff, and I feel bad because I was just in a p***y mood. I have to delete that part. But anyway, I was just in a mood, didn't want to talk to anyone. I took that, and I was talking to Shane, and I felt like calm. I felt calm. Not 100%, but I felt calm. And I slept down here for a couple of hours. I think I slept from 10 to about 1 in the morning. And I felt like maybe at that time it was safe to venture upstairs without hearing any noises. And I think it was. It sounded like my little brother was playing video games. So I went upstairs and I slept. I thought that this was going to be one of those nights again. And I think my little brother came home and then got his stuff and left. So I feel pretty good, but I also feel very guilty because I feel like I am a really big reason as to why my little brother's girlfriend doesn't feel comfortable coming over anymore. And that makes me feel really bad. And I'm gonna try, I don't know why I got really emotional saying that, but hold on. Because I feel like a bad person. Like I am driving somebody away because they feel uncomfortable. hold on. There's no reason why I need to be crying. Where was this even going, this dumb vlog? So I obviously I need to think of another word. I feel some sort of guilt for being happy that they're not here. But at the same time, I also feel like there needed to be some sort of considerate. I also felt like they needed to be a little bit more considerate for the kind of mental illness. I hate saying that about myself, but because I feel like there was like 2 weeks in January where there was just this continual noise, and I felt like my feelings weren't being considered into it, because everybody knows that I have misophonia and it's a problem. It's a big problem. I also have OCD to an extent too. So like just this constant noise was just like bothering me, and then it got very physical, and then it got very emotional. So I just felt like my feelings got to be put on the back burner a little bit while, you know, everybody's going around and doing their thing. And that's kind of why things escalated the way they did and got more physical. Like I don't think I told you guys, but I actually threw up the one night because the feelings and the emotions got very real. And where am I going with this? I don't know. I don't know. I told you I wasn't going to like get into the topic very much, but now you know. But yeah, I do feel a little bit of guilt knowing that I make somebody feel unwanted here. It's not really a feeling that anybody should feel ever. Like, if I went to Tony's house and his brother didn't want me there, I would definitely feel, you know, not wanted or something. So knowing that I might possibly be the reason why somebody doesn't want to come here makes me feel like a bad person. We gotta stop, cause yeah, I don't need to. I was getting a little bit personal there, a little bit personal for this late at night. I am actually very tired, and I don't think I'm gonna be editing anymore. I kind of just want to sit back and watch something for a little bit before I go to sleep, because I mean, I was just in a funk today too. I think there was one point where my boss said something to me and I was just like, huh? It's just very foggy, I guess is the term. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I don't know if I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, so I won't promise anything. So if you don't see me tomorrow, I will talk to you guys next week. And if you do see me tomorrow, wow, what a surprise.